Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. My name is Brandon, and today I want to talk to you about a way that you can communicate with your team during a service or during an event. And so I'm going to share a few things that we've done in the past, and what's kind of worked for us, what's not worked for us, and kind of what we're looking for in the future. And so anyways, maybe some of these things will work for you. Maybe you could throw out an idea. Feel free to comment because this is one area that I'm not strong in, but I just want to share what we've done, and maybe it'll help you, and maybe you can help me. And so just to kind of give you a little bit of a background, right now we have 3 manned cameras across our stage, 1 dead center and then 2 on the sides. And then in our broadcast room, we have a video switcher person, and all 4 of those positions are basically manned by a high school student, and they do a great job. Especially they're learning some stuff, especially kind of not having a whole lot of direction once the service starts, but they're doing a great job. But one of the areas that we're struggling with is communicating with them. Now, in the past, what we've done is we've used the walkie-talkie app, and the walkie-talkie app, I don't know if it's on Android, I think it is, but it's on the Apple phones and on the App Store, and we've been using those. And then I went to Walmart and got some PlayStation headsets, and they're like $12 or $13, and so that's what we've been using. And to be honest with you, for the last year or so, it's worked pretty well, but one of the issues that we're getting into is a lot more of the advertisements. It'll have, in-app advertisements right during the middle of it. And if you're not looking down at it, you may be trying to communicate with that person, and if their phone is showing an advertisement, they can't hear you. And that's become very, very frustrating. Now, they have an ad-free type, but the problem with that is it's like, at this current time, it's like $5.99 a month. Well, $5.99 a month per phone or device, plus right now we do have 3 different cameras, but we also have multiple people that man those cameras, kind of have a little bit of a rotation going. And so that would get kind of expensive pretty quick, and it's not always a permanent solution. And so anyways, but that's what we've been doing up until a few months ago. And then the advertisements just got so messed up and so overwhelming that we just found like this is not working. And so while I would like to get the wireless comm sets and all that kind of stuff, it's just not an option at this current moment. So the next thing we tried was I went and got one of our guys recommended these Motorola walkie-talkies, and they are great walkie-talkies. We've had them for about a month. The reason why we got these particular kind is because it's got Vox on it. So in other words, say our video switcher, he could put his on Vox, and that way he doesn't have to hold down the button every time he talks to the other team members. It's basically just when he talks, it goes to everybody that's on that frequency. And so this was the next best idea. And I got these, got them charged, all that kind of stuff, was excited about it. Brought them up here, I'll just be honest with you, Sunday morning, running kind of behind or whatever. Went to plug in our headsets that we've been using with the walkie-talkie app. And it's got 3.5 millimeter input or on the end, and went to plug it in. And one of the frustrating parts that I didn't know about was this doesn't use 3.5, it uses 2.5. And so the end of this was too big. And so I'm like, well, that's pretty stinking frustrating because we couldn't use it that week. And what we had to use kind of in a pinch is basically using text message, which is delayed and all that kind of stuff. But the next thing that I tried to do was, well, if I need something to go along with this, then I'll do it. So what I did was I looked online, and it was very hard to find, but I finally found basically a 3.5 millimeter to 2.5 millimeter adapter. And once I did that, I was excited. I was like, okay, we got this set. Again, probably should have tested it beforehand. Come Sunday morning, getting ready to meet with the team, pull them out of the package, and plug them in. Plugs in great, all that kind of stuff. Go to plug in this part, and it plugs in great, and think we're good to go. The frustrating part is it's different types. And now this one I believe is TRRS, and it's going down to TR or TS. I'm not sure. I can't remember that offhand. I think it's TS. But anyways, it's basically dropping down from 3 black lines on here to 2 on here. And not a huge deal. The only problem is once you have all of this plugged in together at the same time, all the way, you're not getting any signal, in or out. And so, but if you pull it back a little bit, just a little bit, then you can get signal. Well, here's the problem. We're moving around, different things like that. And so this is very hard to keep just like that, where it's just barely plugged in. And so we've tried to tape it for the last few weeks, and it's just not worked. It's been very, very frustrating with that part. So then I started looking at headsets online that fits 2.5 directly, and they're like 20-something bucks a piece. And you think, oh, that's not a big deal. Well, it's not a huge deal, but they all look extremely cheap. And I don't want to get a cheaper option. Like we've just been trying to save money and all that kind of stuff. And at some point, it's just like, do you just bite the bullet and then you start fundraising for this other stuff, or do you try to keep trying to save money and actually you're spending just as much as you would if you would go and get the more expensive options? And so anyways, I really don't know what the main option is. You would think that Motorola has some headsets on their website and stuff like that. I haven't really found any good options. And so what we may be doing is just doing a fundraiser. And so if you have any ideas, again, feel free to comment. If that's not a big deal, maybe you're separated out where you can just use headphones, put this in, and then the person can talk or whatever, or use a little security earpiece, whatever you want to do. These are good walkie-talkies. It's just frustrating that it's a 2.5, and I think most of them are like that. I just didn't know that personally, but they are good walkie-talkies, and the walkie-talkie app was a great option. And so if you have the same people doing it every week, then it may be an option to where you can pay for the ad-free, or maybe the advertisements don't bother you. Just for us, we just have a lot of communication, especially during the worship part of the service, and we want an option that is a little more easy for us to use. And so anyways, just wanted to share that with you as far as an option. One of the things that we are looking at is if we do fundraise, I believe it's called EarTech, has some wireless headsets. I think they're EarTech Ultralight maybe. I'll put a link in the description along with the walkie-talkie app, the walkie-talkies and stuff like that. But anyways, they make some that's apparently got good reviews. I don't know how they'll last long term. I'll let you know if we do get them. I would like to get about 6 of them, because if you get 6, we use 4 now, but we have 2 backups in case we need one for something else, or if we have a school coming to use our building and we need one for our director or something in the back. And so anyways, that's just a few things that we just want to throw out there. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave those. And thank you so much for checking out our channel, and more content is coming soon. Y'all have a great day.